Welcome to our technical guide on the RT-119 abrasion tester. Fully compliant with ASTM G65, this guide will cover installation, settings, and official testing. After receiving the goods, the customer needs to install 4 floor mats and then adjust the level. Then open the power distribution cabinet on the back of the instrument. Check all wiring ports. Due to long-distance transportation, there may be looseness, so we will plug them tightly. Connect a 220-volt, 50Hz power supply. Power on and log in via the PLC touchscreen. In the settings interface, you can precisely preset the revolving speed, test time, and number of revolutions. Test stop control can be achieved by setting the times or revolutions, and clicking on the open/close button next to them can control which one to execute. If both are open, the one that arrives first shall prevail. The green button next to it is the start test button, which has the same function as the measurement button on the screen. This red button is the stop button, which has the same function as the stop button on the screen. We click the reset button to zero the data, and then click the start button to test. At the time, the revolving speed, number of revolution and test time of rubber wheel are started to measure and control. Automatically stop after reaching the set number of turns. Wrap sample. Clean wheels. Apply 45 and load and run 100 turns. Trim 0.05 mm for perfect wheel dressing. Then we need to determine whether the hardness of the rubber wheel is qualified. The rubber wheel has a nominal hardness of Shore 60A. To measure, mount the wheel onto the small axle of the vertical test stand. Gently press the durometer indenter against the wheel edge. Hold for 5 seconds, then take the reading. Repeat this process at 8 equidistant points around the wheel's perimeter, and average the readings for the final actual hardness. Before the test, let's start with pre-grinding. First, clean the sand tank thoroughly. Demagnetize the sample, wash it in alcohol, and blow dry. Weigh it on a 0.1 mg balance, and mount it to the clamp. If the sand does not fall at the junction of the sample and the rubber wheel, we can adjust the position of the nozzle slightly. Release the support rod to bring the sample into contact with the rubber wheel. Then adjust the level of the support rod. Fill the hopper with 50 to 70 mesh sand and set the counter to 100 turns. Open the sand valve and wait 1 minute for a steady flow. Now, engage the rubber wheel. Pre-grinding eliminates surface errors and creates a uniform wear scar. Once it auto-stops, clean and weigh the sample again. This is your original weight. Set the revolution count for pre-grinding, recommended 1000 revolutions per minute, to initiate the test. Once the running in phase creates a visible wear track on the sample surface, begin the official abrasion test on the same track using the identical procedure. Upon completion, the weight loss is calculated by subtracting the post-test weight from the initial weight recorded after the pre-grinding phase. The tester should be kept cleaning. The grease in the bearing seat should be replaced once in half a year. The level of base should be kept dry to prevent rust. After use the tester every time, all need to clean up the sand tank and clean each part. And slide the hand supporting block to lift the crossbar of clamp. Let the rubber wheel in a free state. For more details, visit our website or contact our support team.